now. There we go, everybody. We should be able to hear us now. I do apologize for that. The stream just had a little bit of a freeze right there. It's pretty hot out here in Florida, and since it's been pretty hot, things have kind of been acting up a little bit. But we should be back. We should be live. We should have this game going. We'll get everything right in between this match. But I do apologize, with you guys missing out here. Morgantown has just kind of been continuing to do what we're doing there in game 2. Boston's been putting up a little bit more of a defensive fight, but they still seem to be in control right now. Carp looking to just get another great infield pass. I'm going to tell you, this guy's really been dishing and diming so far, breaking. He's got some shooters around him.
Absolutely, as the passes are coming out strong. And Boston's got to get something going. This goal line defense cannot stand up forever. Eventually, this Morgantown team is going to break through again, and they got to get something going on offense here.
Yeah, there's the transition. Nexus trying to get back. He gets there, but just barely out of reach as Kronks is able to score. Seems like every single time Morgantown has given up some sort of goal, it's been on something very similar to that. It's just Boston kicking one downfield, a shot at right behind the midfield line, just taking advantage of Morgantown, just being too far pressed up.
Yeah, and that's going to help get them tied up in these positions. Morgantown is going to score eventually, but if Boston can keep the defense clean and then get the transition plays going, this strategy might work for them, but it's going to be tough. This Morgantown team has got high offense, and passing plays just like that are going to be added to the addition in order to win convincingly, because I don't think the transition plays alone for Boston are going to be enough.
Here we go. Rep, who is red hot there in game 2, picked up 3 goals, had multiple shots. A little bit quiet so far here in game number 3 is a chance for Carp to bury. Somehow, some way, that one's able to fall. Didn't seem anything too crazy, just a basic pass off the back wall, but Carp says, hey, I'll take it.
And take it he did. D Brown just up maybe a little bit too soon for that, and maybe it was just best for him just to wait for the drop down. You gotta be comfortable hitting those, because if you don't, then just like that, now there's an open net situation, and now that ball is just gonna go in just like that, and Nexus is gonna score.
Yeah, again, when it just finally seemed like Boston was getting things figured out, Morgantown, similar to what kind of happened there in game 2, just kind of ramped things up. They've just figured out what they can and can't get away with on offense. It feels like breaking. It feels like they're just trying to figure out what Boston's doing, and then as soon as they figured it out, they just put their pedal down, and they've been all offense so far tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As they are continuing their onslaught, and Boston cannot get stuck in their own half. I know I've said it before, but they cannot get stuck on this goal line defense. It is really killing them right now. And right now, this Morgantown team is having a field day.
Oh!
As a fang coming out from Repare out of nowhere is gonna score 4th goal of the game. Oh my God, Camaro.
Oh, Rep one-on-one with D Brown, does him dirty with a little hesitation in front of the net. D Brown going back, and Rep just keeps going forward. Huge shot there from Rep. That's gotta be it, I feel like. There's still a lot of Rocket League to be played, but 4-1, and with that caliber of a goal going in here, that should wrap things up.
Yeah, that's looking like it's gonna be it. It's got to be the moral dagger, if anything, but it's looking like the actual dagger for this game. And they got a shot on net right there, but it's a bang. It's a bang right at multiple defenders in net, and they're comfortable right now. They got the lead, and they're just gonna keep it going. And they gotta switch something up. This strategy that they have going is not working.
Yeah, Morgantown does have the brooms out right now, though. They're ready to put things away. Just waiting for the clocks to hit 0 at this point. Morgantown just seems all in control. Boston does not have an answer for what Morgantown is putting out. As you're going to see D Brown just trying to kick one out, trying to do what he can. That's dangerous right there. Somehow, some way, it works out in their favor, though. As now Nexus pops one back up. It's just going to bounce here. A bunch of demos coming out, but still somehow, even with the demos, even with the chaos, Morgantown's able to put a shot on. Carp's just going to float it back out. Now with a chance. No challenge. But Boston just really looks lost right now at times, breaking.
Very lost. And it just doesn't seem like they've figured out how to play as a team yet. And, I know how each and every one of these players play. And when I saw this roster being made, I was like, I don't know if the pieces fit. I mean, maybe they can get something going, but I mean, you got D Brown in the back half. I mean, he plays pretty good defense, plays a deep third, and then you got Clouds, who's generally a fairly mechy player, kind of getting shut down there, and then Kronk is kind of all around. But you'd like for your team to mesh a little bit better than that, rather than just being stuck, this player doing this, that player doing that, and Morgantown just having the more well-rounded team, really all of them able to do everything, and I think that's why they won, Camaro.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I also feel like a lot played into just kind of we're talking about just the third man. I mean, just it got to put in a situation where when Morgantown was constantly putting on these shots, it just seemed like Boston just seemed lost at times. The field domination again was one of the biggest things that kind of stuck out to me the whole time. All 3 games, Morgantown completely controlled the field, and it just made it seem like they were just always pushed up, and it was kind of also their downfall in a sense, because that's the only time Boston was able to score is when they caught them too far up. So if you're scouting Morgantown right now, you just simply got to start thinking to yourself, okay, how do we beat these guys? Well, we can't let them be taking all the shots that they want. We can't let them dominate in the shot category, which is what they did. I mean, they literally beat them in shots per game by like maybe four to 5 more shots a game, it felt like, breaking. And they were well-placed shots, too. They weren't just throwing anything on there. Carp was dishing out some nasty dimes.
Yeah, I mean, they were really working well as a team. The dimes, the solo plays from Rep and Nexus and Carp, and I mean, the offense coming out of this Morgantown team is looking scary. And like you said, I mean, it just seemed like the Boston Braves just let a little bit by too quickly. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like they weren't working well together, and they gotta figure that out moving forward. They gotta clean up their third man, and they gotta be more comfortable, getting those shots away from the net sooner, rather than having to be forced to play this goal line defense that it doesn't seem like they're very comfortable playing.
Yeah, they definitely seem a little lost out there, but again, it's week 1 right now. Plenty of time for them to figure some things out. I see Buzz coming at me a little bit here, and just about everybody who's on the power ranking teams, question mark in the 12. Buzz, yeah, remember, y'all look great, but you did just beat the 15th ranked team at the same time, Mr. Buzz. They were at 15, so they were technically slotted as the second to worst team in terms of power rankings. But you guys definitely did look good nonetheless, man, all jokes aside. I mean, especially Carp, man. I mean, he looked good last season on Lafayette. Carp played well when he was playing with Exile. But right now, it just feels like he has even more weapons around him than what he had last season. It was almost crazy to say. It seems like he has even more weapons right now, because Rep Array was a dominant scorer last season, and he is priced as a third-man caliber player. So Carp honestly seems like he likes to play that third-man role. He seems to be enjoying playing that position right now. And now with this an opportunity to where Carp can just kind of play around everybody that he wants and let Rep go out and have some fun, I think Rep is in a perfect position right now to have one of the best seasons he's had in RLM.
Oh, absolutely. And all the pieces are fitting so far for this Morgantown team. I mean, it looks like they all enjoy playing with each other. They're feeling confident. I mean, even when they were down, a couple goals, I mean, they just came right back with the offense, and they worked well together as a team. And then Carp just having the pieces that he needs, that he feels comfortable around. And, add in Nexus, who's been playing very well as well. I mean, getting a sweep in your first series of the season has got to be a confidence builder. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, 100%. Especially now when they already felt like they're a little underrated in a sense, and now they come out and they get that sweep. Now it's just got to boost their confidence even more, I could imagine, especially when it seemed like the chemistry was on. The one red flag you do got to think about if you are, Morgantown, is you got to think, that was a quote unquote bottom tier team out the gates, and they did put up a lot of goals against you, right? So got to keep that in mind. Offense is obviously super important, but you got to keep an eye on the defense a little bit. They did give up a lot of goals that game, and especially seemed like a lot of those goals they given up were just off of mental mistakes, just not getting back in time.
Yeah, and it's also the consequence of playing a heavy offense like that. I mean, when you extend your third man up, especially in Div 3, you're really slowing down your rotations, because the recoveries of your average Div 3 player are just going to be a little bit slower than your Div 2 and a lot slower than your Div 1. So it's harder to get away with that more in the lower ranks. And eh, I think moving forward, they should probably clean that up a little bit. But tonight it worked for them.
Yeah, 100%. And now, guys, we have a very exciting matchup here. A little bit more up on the power rankings, getting ready to go at it. The Paris City Swarm are going to be taking on the Lafayette Lightning. This one right here, you're going to see, Paris City taking the field. They're a top 5 power ranked team. Lafayette more towards the bottom. They're sitting right down there at 14. But both teams, both sides have very high priced player. Lafayette being represented there by good old Jando. And then 7 coming out as probably, in my eyes, probably the best player right now in Div 3. So we should be in for a treat between these two teams. I got to be honest with you, it should go heavily in favor of Paris City just based off what we've been watching and based off how we've been seeing these teams be formed. But hey, I mean, anything could happen. We might be seeing a potential sweep, though, again, breaking in my opinion, I would go 3-0 in favor of Paris, but I don't know if you feel any different.
No, I feel the exact same. A lot of roster moves to this Lafayette team within the last week. And now they're doing another temp sign with the player that they just dropped. And it's interesting. I don't know if it's gonna work for them, and if it does, do they run with it? I mean, I don't know. A lot of confusion coming out of this Lafayette team, and then you got 7, who in my opinion is the front runner before the season even started, the front runner for MVP, just being the high level player that he is and what we know he's capable of doing.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest question mark for 7 is how well is he going to play with these other players? I mean, he did bring it up as a concern himself before the season even started, that he felt like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to run with these guys. You know, he genuinely thought that to himself. So you got to wonder how well is he going to be able to play as a team? That's the biggest question mark for 7. Will he be able to be a team player? We know how good he's going to be individually, but this is a 3v3 match. This is offense and defense. This is passing plays. This is demos. This is pressure. There's a lot of things that play into Rocket League. Boost control, field control. It all matters. You can't just go out in 1v3 all the time when these ranks are this close or relatively close. So 7's got to lean on his team a little bit, Breaking.
He absolutely does. Not only does he have to lean on his team, but he's got to elevate his team. And that's really goes to show you a great player can elevate their team no matter who they're playing with. And being at high price like that, you got to get your team involved. I mean, I know in the back of their head, you know, you're thinking, I'm the highest priced player. I have a little bit lower ranked players. I got to do more on the field. And he can't have that mindset. He's got to have the mindset where I need to just fill in the gaps for my team. If they need me to pull out a solo play out of my hat and get it done, I can do it. If they need me on defense, I can do it. He's got to really fill in all the gaps for this team with having a little bit lower end of the mid tier on the pricing sheet, and then the lowest of the lowest with the 215. He's really got to fill in the gaps for his teammates and elevate them. I mean, I think that's going to be their keys to success. And I think he's capable of doing that this series.
Yeah, and I think he did a good job picking those players at the price point that he could afford, essentially. I think Sky Newbie is one of the best players. I think he's going to be one of the better thirds in the league. I think they got him at, 220, 219, 222, somewhere in there. I think he plays way better than that price. I think he's fast enough in terms. I know the mechs may not be there, but he's a very fast player, and he's consistent on the offensive side of the ball, which is what I think 7's looking for. And then I saw Izachat play quite a bit in tryouts, and the guy played some pretty great defense. His rotations were clean. He was one of those more consistent players that I got a chance to see. He didn't really do anything too flashy. He didn't do anything too crazy. Was just very consistent. So 7's got some pieces to work with. It's just all going to be how much have they played together over this week? How many scrims have they done? You know, have they gotten to know each other's play styles at all? Do they even know who each other are before they get into this match? You know, those are the big questions that I'm wondering right now, and we're going to see it transpire right in front of us here in a second, because at the end of the day, I will say one of the biggest concerns with Lightning, like you said, is there was a lot of transactions. There's not a lot of activity in the chat with them. So there has been a lot of talk. Usually when there's not a lot of activity in chats, there's probably not a lot of games being played. So this is probably going to be a very big wake-up call for either one of these teams. If Lafayette somehow wins, Paris City is going to have to really wake up and say, okay, wait a minute, we thought this stuff was going to be easy, but we got to make some adjustments. And then same thing can be said with Lightning. You know, if they get blown out, which could happen, they might have to wake up and start thinking, okay, we might need to take this a little bit more serious, or find some people on our team who will.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too. Running those scrims, getting in the reps with your team, it's big, especially when you don't know exactly what you're expecting from both of these teams. And I I don't know. There's a lot of question marks on both teams on chemistry, and I think those will be answered as the season moves along. But I'd like to see both of these teams try to start building that chemistry now, early on, so that they can get the early wins. And then if they have trouble against some teams in the middle of the season or the latter of the season, they'll have some games cushioning them for the latter of the season.
Yeah, 100%. The beginning of these seasons are just so important, especially when it comes down to goal differential at the end of the day, at the end of the season. Goal differential becomes such an important thing. These early games, if you let them slip away, if you don't take them serious and you give up some bad losses early, we saw it last season. It can be very difficult to recover from some big losses when you don't have your team set right. So you got to pay attention, got to lock in, at least keep the games close, take them all as serious as you possibly can, and just don't let it get too far out of hand, because when you're playing a team like Paris City, especially when they got someone like Seven, when they got high performing players on their team, which they're slotted to look like a high offensive team. That's why they were placed so high in the power rankings. If you're Paris City, or I'm sorry, if you're the Lafayette Lightning, you got to be even more aware of this game, because these are the kind of games that can put you deep in a hole that can make it really, really hard to come back from.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen it with teams in the past. I mean, Austin had a troublesome season. Phoenix in the same spot where they lost so many games in the beginning of the season that when they had fantastic rosters at the end, it wasn't enough. They couldn't win enough games for them to come back. And there was no margin of error. They lose one game and they're done. And, you don't want to put your team in a spot like that this early on.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we got at least Paris City in the lobby right now, guys. We're just waiting on Lafayette to join up. They're just finishing the game. Like I said, I'm going Paris City 3-0 right now. Breaking, are you in the same boat at this point?
Yeah, I'm going Paris City. I'm getting the broom. It's coming out. Paris City in 3.
Could we see 2 sweeps early?
Yeah, I think 2 sweeps early, and I don't know if we can get the predictions up, but I'm going to put every single one of my points on this Paris City team, as I really don't know if this Lafayette team can hang, but who knows? That man's sweaty. He's got something to prove.
Sweaty? Oh, Sweaty. Yeah, is Sweaty... Wait, Sweaty's on Lafayette, or did... I think Sweaty got moved. No, I think he went to Toledo. I could be wrong.
Temp sign Sweaty. Oh, Sweaty is not here. Yeah, he got moved.
I think they dropped Sweaty, and Sweaty definitely took that pretty personally.
He did. So no temp signs coming out of this Lafayette team. My apologies. It's a lot of transactions coming out, confusing me a little bit, but yeah, a lot of move for this Lafayette team. I really just don't know who they're really. And no, it says Sweaty on the sheets. I don't know. Maybe it's not updated, but I'm really not too sure who they have as this third man for Lafayette. Ultra. It's Ultra with the 1. That's
the new guy, Ultra with 1, and then the new name is YZY. It's a gentleman named YZY. I've not got a chance to see that guy play. I didn't see him in too many tryouts either, so maybe Jando just kind of had his eyes on this guy before the applications were put in, before teams got a chance to scout him. So maybe maybe he knows this guy in some way. So I mean, we'll see what they're able to do. This is a big opportunity. I mean, Juicy Ducey's probably the only guy, in my honest opinion, he's the FO, but he's the only one that's like, hey, pay attention to Lafayette. They're gonna be good. Obviously, he should say that, right? I mean, come on, he's the franchise owner of that team, but he has been very adamant about it, that he is very confident in his Lafayette team, and he does feel like everybody is sleeping on them.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely could be sleeping on them, but I think it's up to Lafayette to prove that tonight, especially when you're going up against the number 1 seed. I mean, you want to stop the doubt now, beat this team convincingly, and then the doubt will go away. Right. You will shoot up in the power rankings and, claw to where you're trying to be in the standings. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to see if they can do that. Yeah,
100%. And then shout out Reparee in the chat, man. Hey, how you doing tonight, man? Coming off a 3-0 sweep, just absolutely dominating too, man. You look great. You absolutely just knocked him out. I mean, you put up a lot of goals, man. It's a great start. Great start to the season. Hopefully you're excited, man, because we're excited for you. Your team looks great. So hopefully you guys can continue that win streak. All these guys are in here breaking. If you want to give them the okay to get this one started, we can get this thing up and going. I know you guys have been waiting and ready to go. Stallify's in here. Stallify, Morgantown 3-0'd the Boston Braves early. And now we have the Lafayette Lightning taking on the Paris City Swarm here in Division 3 as our next matchup. So we're just giving them the okay. Now they should be starting up here any moment.
Looking to see what this man 7 has to offer. A lot of hype around him. And I'm curious to see if he can live up to some of this, Camaro.
Oh, I've seen him do it, man. He's one of the few people I've played some Rocket League with in the past. The dude's an absolute stud. He's more of a twos player. So, you know, they typically can be extremely mechanical. Be interesting to see how that transitions to 3. Sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't. But as you see, Sky Newbie here, I think he's going to be one of the biggest keys to this team's overall success in terms of rotations, as he's got to lock in here. 7 just already getting a great touch there, but YZ's with a chance. Goes for the fake there. Interesting to see. He's going to flip this one back up here for the teammate. Is it Chad going to kick this one back out, though? Jando's in the area trying to get a quick one. Maybe trying to find a pass up to his teammate. Banger from YZ there. Now Sky Newbie back into the corner, getting down to Chad. Chad broken up there by Jando. Jando with a chance. 7 takes it away. He's just quicker. Is now Ultra with a 1. Trying to make a play here. Can't do nothing with it. It's a quick shot there from YZ. So far, Lafayette seems to be up to the challenge break, and they're putting some pressure on Paris City.
Yeah, they are. And that's going to be another key to their success here is don't let 7 get going. Don't let him have space and time on the ball. Put him in spots like that where he has to jump last minute to save it. And then now, you know, he's got to rotate back. I mean, if they can do that, I think they will be okay moving forward. But so far, I mean, Lafayette playing pretty good.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, playing good. Big chance there. Finally now with an opportunity to capitalize. Couldn't find it. Now Paris City with a chance. He's going to get broken up here. This one's going to bounce back down. Ultra with an opportunity with some space. Actually has a lot of time here in the air. But here comes 7. Bit of a double commit cause there by Paris City, but now is a Chad going to lose out that 50. He's going to stay on Paris City's side. Here comes Jando. Jando with a shot. He puts a laser on net, and they are not able to save that one.
Bang, Jando, as he's going up from the top ropes, hits it right on Sky Newbie's nose, and he just flips a little bit too far to the left and not able to save it.
1-0 right now. Lightning getting the first lead of the night. I don't think either of us breaking would have expected that heading into this one.
I didn't expect it at all, but it is early. There's a lot of Rocket League to be played, but I'd like to see these players on the Paris City Swarm to slow down a little bit. I mean, that double commit right there, I just don't know if they can get away with that kind of defense for very long against this Lafayette team.
Test it again. Is it Chad in an awkward spot? He can't find a great touch. Shot opportunity coming. Big shot there from Jando. Can't finish it though. Is now Sky Newbie just desperately trying to get the ball out of his back half. As YZ with a chance for the touch. Goes for the fake. Fakes out 7 of all people. As now this one does cross back over. Back to the other side we go. Sky Newbie, dangerous touch. Shot from Ultra. Huge save though coming there from 7. As now this one comes back off the back wall. Chance for Jando. Broken up there by Sky Newbie. Sky Newbie now one-on-one with Ultra. Just going to go for the center. That is a great pass there. But second man is not ready for it. As this one does float back up for Chad. Chad with a bounce shot down to 7-7 with a chance to finish. And he does.
7 putting his first goal on the map for Season 2. Chad goes high. Good pass right up to 7. And 7 just going to slot it on home to tie this one up.
1-1. This game seeming a lot closer than a lot expected here. Unless you were a Lafayette Lightning member. Is that you're going to see Paris City desperately trying to kick this one back out. Pressure's back on him here. Sky Newbie just gets dusted. Janto just quicker to the ball. That is a beautiful shot from the top of the ceiling.
Jando just there faster than Sky Newbie can get up to it. Hits it top bins. Chad just doesn't expect it. And Jando is going to get his second goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Jando looking very impressive right now. Just seems very locked in. Seems like he really just wants to win. I mean, Juicy specifically said this was the guy to look out for. He is a higher priced player, and maybe just got to, open our eyes, give this man a little bit more respect. But here comes Seven with the move at midfield, setting himself up. He said, hang on, guys, pump your brakes. I'm still here.
Seven still in the building. Jando versus Seven. Both trying to go for their hat tricks right now. But who will get it done? One thing I'd like to see coming out of this Paris City is not rushing so much on defense. Don't bang out the ball so soon, as a lot of these shot attempts coming from Lafayette are coming from Paris City Swarm bangs. Seven gonna go for a flipper step and drops it down. But yeah, that's the one thing I'd like to see from this Paris City Swarm moving forward.
Ooh, here we go. Paris City now back on the offensive push, looking for an opportunity here. Big missed touch, but it does get it down to Seven. Seven, I think, 1 of the 50 there off Jando. Couldn't find it. Jando with a better play. Is a good demo there from YZ. Now Jando with a one-on-one opportunity. That's a nasty angle. Going for the pass, can't find it. Now Seven with a full tank. It's taken away, though, by Ultra. Jando floats it back out. Big bump. It's there. Seven now with some space. Looking to take it over the top of YZ. Catches YZ in an awkward spot. He's just going to float it out here. Just look to regain. As Lafayette puts it back off to the side. Good break up there by Sky Newbie. Back to Seven. Seven looking for top corner. Just puts it too high. He's now Ultra looking to cook here. He does get by. Now with some momentum. A little bit of boost taken away, though, by Sky. YZ now with a chance to recenter for his teammate Jando. Jando looking for the chance. Good takeaway from Skanubi. There was a demo. It's there. And that's going to go. It looked like Jando was just trying to catch it at midfield, and that's going to cost him.
A Sky Newbie dunk from way downtown is gonna be good. Man, this Paris City Swarm team is just going for it. They're trying to put on all the pressure they can. Every bang they can get going, hoping that third man is just gonna be extended a little bit too far up for Lafayette, and it's gonna be good.
30 seconds remain. Lafayette, he's got a chance. Good pass, good sets, but Jando, of all people, not able to finish. And Sky Newbie. Oh, wow, what a save there from YZ. A never give up on the play moment right there as he does chase it down, but it doesn't matter, or it does. Jando, huge save again. Paris City looking to put it away. Double commit there from Lightning. Sky Newbie with a chance to slit it down bottom right corner. Great play there coming up from Sky Newbie, and that's going to be the dagger.
The game one dagger coming in for Paris City Swarm out of Sky Newbie, getting his second goal. 2 players plus 500 score. And right now, Paris City is really fighting with a fake kickoff. Go for a little bit of a controlled play here, but not being able to do much there.
Toxic. Hey, at the same time, man, obviously Paris City came out, did kind of what we were expecting. Seven did everything right. 2 goals, an assist, 3 saves, 4 shots. That he looked absolutely fantastic. But a big thing that we're seeing here in this game, when you look at that breakdown there, breaking field domination. Lafayette Lightning won field domination significantly more than what we saw last game, except last game when Morgantown controlled the field, they won the game. This time, Lafayette controls the field majority of the time and still loses convincingly by 2 goals.
Yeah, and Lafayette out shooting Paris as well. And, just goes to show you sometimes quantity or quality is better than quantity. And, Lafayette was putting up some decent passing plays, but Paris just did a way better job at catching that third man up a little bit too soon and either getting the dunk or getting the bang for that open net or catching the one-on-one spot. I mean, Lafayette was putting in a lot of 1v1 spots, more than I would like to see here in Div 3.
Yeah, with the Lightning right here, the only thing I'm looking for is Ultra's got to step out a little bit, man. He's got to get a little bit more active. When you look at the Paris City stat line, they were just more... I feel like everybody was more involved. Ultra just kind of got lost a little bit. It felt like he was kind of giving it a lot up to Jando. I don't know if that's more so on Jando, just, maybe forcing him out. Somehow Jando's got to let Ultra get involved, same way that Seven has allowed Sky Newbie and Chad to be active in each and every play, whether that's offense or defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to get every single player on the field involved. Good bump there on Seven, allowing for a kickoff goal to not happen there. And yeah, that's really the key. It's a 3v3. You can't win with a 2v3. maybe you can get away with one game, but in a best of 5, you got to get everyone involved.
Oh, here's a chance. Sky Newbie, he's just gonna pass it down to 7. 7 with a beautiful floater up to Izza Chad. Is now YZ putting it back downfield. 7, last one back. He's just gonna try to float it up, but Ultra's ready for that. He's gonna try to put one on target, but Newbie's ready. Is now YZ trying to keep the pressure back on Paris, causing the double commit. Now with a chance, 3 have committed. Izza Chad, last opportunity. He's just gonna put it over to the open side of the field. Zev looking to find one more little touch back down to his teammate. Double commit out there from the Lightning. Chance for Izachad trying to catch him sleeping. Just going to float one over to Ultra. Ultra now with an opportunity to go for the flick. Gets it over 7. He's going to turn it over though. Shot there from Sky Newbie. Big shot, but a huge save there from Jando. Utilizing the crossbar to send that one out of there. Is now YZ looking for a chance. Both teams, man, back and forth right now breaking.
Yeah, back and forth. Both trying to find some openings here, as Jando has an amazing save off his own back wall. And right now, I mean, both teams just can't get the seat. They can't find the net right now. As a last-minute save, free jump from Sky Newbie on the goal line is going to be good. But so far, I like Lafayette in this game number 2.
Yeah, both teams looking very impressive. Oh, Till, big miss there. Now with a chance, 7 coming in hot. Dangerous centered ball. Izachad's there, but Ultra. Great job recognizing what was going on, helping his team in that dangerous situation. Now Sky Newbie trying to get through 2. He can't do it. Ball put back downfield by 7. 7 looking to follow back up. He's got an opportunity. Beautiful infield pass. But no one's going to be there. Now with the counter, Lightning can't finish either. Fake shot, big miss. Both sides not able to capitalize. And now with another missed touch. Opportunity here. Everyone's missing right now, breaking. I don't know what's happening, but 7 with the double down to Chad. And that's going to do it. Finally, someone able to break the back of the net.
We were taking a visit to Whiff City until 7 put an absolute stellar double tap right to Izachad. And they're going to get goal number 1.
Hey, showing everybody why he's the top player in the league. Beautiful dime down. He's not going to, you're not going to get an easier shot than that, breaking.
No, I don't think you are, as 7 absolutely diming up Izachad. And this Lafayette team trying to collect the pieces right now, and they just can't seem to get everyone involved, and they're losing a lot of opportunities. I mean, they've had a lot of opportunities to score on this Paris City Swarm team, and I'd like to see them capitalize on at least one of them.
Oh, that's dangerous. That's a wide open net. 7 trying to get there. Sky Newbie. I mean, the ball didn't look like it was moving that fast, but when it hit his car, it just ricocheted straight out to the middle, and that's just an easy goal for YZ.
I believe that's the second time Sky Newbie had made a touch like that, and he's got to remember that sometimes when you hit it off your own wall, you could be passing it to the other team, so there's got to be somebody there to follow it up. Before you even make the touch, you got to know somebody's going to be following up, because it's very dangerous. 7 almost with a wild double tap.
You got to be in better position, though, if you're Paris City. If you see 7 up there with a chance for that double touch, you know he's going to find it as he slots one there. Lightning scrambling in the box. 7 just comes in. It's just shocked to see all this time here for him, and he just buries that one.
7 has all the time in the world, and he's gonna bury it, just like he does, just like we expect him to do when the opportunity is there. And Lafayette opened the door and said, "Hey, 7, come here. All 3 of us are out of position. Come score." And 7 coming up to the task is going to get it done.
Just waiting now. Where's Jando? It's time to get Jando going. They need him right now. They need his offense at this point. Beautiful shot there from YZ out of nowhere. Jando, when he was needed most, just sets one up right off the backboard. YZ ready to clean up. Izachad just playing a little aggressive there. Looked like 7 was in great position, but that's just a slot there coming out from YZ. Right there, breaking. YZ with a beautiful shot.
Great shot from YZ, getting involved once again for his team. And yeah, like you said, I'd like to see Jando get a little bit more involved here. He had a nice little passing play there, but it's the key is it's not about getting one player hot. It's about getting everyone involved. And I feel like Paris City is just doing a little bit better with that. I mean, they're giving up easy goals here, but the passing plays from this Lafayette team are looking pretty good.
Oh, Izachad pressure's back on Lightning. YZ's look good so far. He's got the 2 goals here for Lafayette's. Gonna try to leave it here for Jando. Jando with a beautiful 50. It should bounce, but Sky Newbie is there quickly to get on top of that ball. As this one's going to sit here for 7. 7 now just going to float one, just trying to put some pressure on Lightning. Slow and methodical. Is now YZ back down to Jando. Jando trying to do what he can, but Izachat is in the area. Dangerous bounce here. Ultra's got to get in front of it. Pressure's coming, but he does get through. Is now 7, putting it back off the wall. YZ's going to leave it. Good shot opportunity. Jando can't find it. Beautiful bounce. 7's there. Can't find the touch we were expecting from him, though. Now Izachat with an opportunity to turn. He gets demoed here for his efforts. Is now Ultra with a chance for the flick. Gets over 1. Second incoming. 7 looking for the follow. He's there. It is. He got it. Tries to dunk it home. Izachat looking to clean it up. And he does.
Izachat coming on through. Giving the lead. Not letting this go to OT. 7 with a good 50. Jano just not in the best spot. And man, oh man, is this Parasity Swarm team looking scary, Camaro?
Hey, one would say they might be swarming to the ball. I mean, they're absolutely balling out right now, looking good. Lightning, though, with plenty of time to capitalize. They've played well. They've been doing very good. So just got to get Jando going. Jando was the spark last game. As you can see, a touchdown there coming from YZ. Sky Newbie now going to put it right back out to midfield, looking to follow double commit here by 7, but 7's just going to dust the defense. He's going to be the first one there. He's going to bury that one at midfield.
That is going to be the game 2 dagger. 7 flying on through, using every single ounce of boost he has, and he's going to put that one through.
Unbelievable. Another dagger there, but Lafayette is looking good. I mean, they're playing extremely well against Paris City. They're looking like they should be competing with this top 5 team each game. They may have lost by 2, but it has come down within the last 20 or so seconds to really decide these games. I mean, Lafayette is right there. It's just a couple little things they got to clean up to somehow find a way. But let me tell you something. If they can make these small adjustments, they could potentially at least make an effort towards pulling off a reverse sweep.
Yeah, I mean, you got to really take one game at a time. You can't allow that loss to get you down. You got to see the goal in front of you and really just play it like you're playing comp. I mean, really, it's just 3 games of comp back to back to back. It's possible. They just have to do the right things. They got to make the small adjustments that you talked about. And I think Lafayette could get it done, but they got to make those adjustments. I mean, they can't ease into it. They got to make it coming right out of the gate. They cannot give this man 7 some space to do stuff. Otherwise, we're going to see what we did there. 2 goals, 8 shots on net. I mean, an absolute onslaught by that man 7.
I mean, he absolutely cooked. But I mean, the biggest thing you got to think about here is Jando, first game. Unbelievable performance. He was taking all those shots. Game 2, 0 shots. I mean, we said he needed to take a little bit of a step back, let the other guys work, but don't completely remove yourself from the offense. He is still the best player that Lafayette has. He has got to be a driving force to their success if they want to have a chance to win the series, and now they're in a position where they got to pull off a reverse sweep at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. As Jando is a key factor this Lafayette team, he cannot be sitting out of these plays. And yeah, I mean, it's all about everyone getting involved in the right ways. Like you talked to 7, now trolling in the battle bus. Oh my.
Can you say confidence is through the roof right now for Paris City to bring out the battle bus right here?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a little toxic coming out of 7 here, just expecting that he's gonna win this one. And if I'm Lafayette, I take advantage of every little thing that this Paris City Swarm team does.
Is Lafayette was looking for any reason to, if they were for some reason needing any extra motivation to pull off the reverse sweep, that would give it to me, man. The disrespect bringing out that battle bus breaking, I would want to beat these guys so bad.
Absolutely. I mean, that would be more fuel to perform the upset, the reverse sweep upset, more than anything. I mean, they could have talked smack in the chat. They could have done anything. I think that's even more disrespectful to pull out the battle bus than it is to say what a save in the chat.
Oh, 100%. But there's Jando getting things started right. Absolutely the best way, if you're rooting for Lafayette, this absolutely the best way you would like to see this game get started is Jando finding the back of the net early. Now with a chance to build off it here in game 3. Big demo there for Paris City as Sky Newbie just going to back pass here. 7's good, but they got him in a real awkward spot. He's got to take on 2. He does get through, but now Ultra with a chance. Cannot get through the defense. Now Jando with a lot of space. Him and YZ just waiting, surveying the field, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Sky Newbie just takes it away, though. just stays in control. Is now Ultra back up the wall, looking for a chance to center. That's might be on target here. 3 players commit to that ball, and it does head back over to the corner. This one does recenter back out. It's just going to sit back here. Double commit from Paris. Paris here looking a little bit off right now, breaking. I don't know if maybe they're not taking game 3 as serious, but they're not looking as crisp and clean as they did in game 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Jando and the Lafayette Lightning are kind of shutting down the offense that Paris is so accustomed to. They're not letting them get these free, uncontested touches. And now they're rotating back that third man a little bit farther back. And I think that's going to be a big part of the keys. They're not going to get these bang, way downtown goals like they did before. And it's going to make it harder for Paris to win this game. But, I mean, I think with all the missed opportunities that Lafayette is having right now, I think Paris is probably going to still get it done. But they got to get something on the board here.
They're there. They look good. They just got to capitalize here. YZ can't miss that one. Is now 7 with a chance. He's going to center it back out, but no one there from Paris. 7's going to have to stay on the ball. 7 looking like he's got to do everything right now. He's now going to see Ultra with a great touch, but it's going to bounce awkwardly. He finds a way to stay on it. YZ's got to help him out here, but dangerous touch. Kainubi's there. Good bump. Good beat. Ultra. Oh, Ultra, bit of a mistouch there. Almost sets up Jando as this one does head back to midfield. Shot from Paris City. What a shot. A better save coming from YZ. And now Izichat in the area, one-on-one with YZ. YZ with a good center out here to Ultra. Ultra with Jando waiting. Goes for the fake. Jando is just going to slot it through with the ground pinch.
Jando, once again, helping his team get closer to a victory one at a time. They are marching down the field, trying to get it done.
I mean, just got to do what you can. 2 minutes remaining. Lightning has been in control before, though. And then they've given it up, and there's a lot of time left for Paris City to get back into it. I mean, Brayden, what do they got to do to hold down here, hold true, and close out this game?
Yeah, they got to shut down the offense. They cannot let 7 get going. Just like that good 50 from Ultra. Yeah, they cannot give space with this man 7. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. He's going to take it coast to coast, and he's going to either pass it to someone or he's going to clip. And see, like that, he can just out 50 everyone as well. I mean, this man 7's got a lot in his bag so far, and they just got to shut him down.
7's got the ball. Everyone's got to converge. You got to be aware of where this guy is. Now he's got space right now. Ultra's getting up. 7 not able to capitalize those. Now here comes Lightning with a chance for their first dagger of their own. Can't find it, though. As a huge demo comes out, as now Izichat puts it back downfield. Ultra now with a chance. Oh, no, that's a big missed touch. Paris City with an opportunity, but Jando doing a great job getting there and breaking that play up. Now with a chance for the hat trick. He's going to go for some sort of 50 there. It works out, but doesn't link up with his teammate. Is now Izichat just going to flow one back out here to 7. 7 with the fake. Ball kicked out across midfield. This guy Newbie just awkwardly getting to the ball, but he does get there. Lighting with an opportunity with 7 there at the last second. Now battle bus with the center. Chad is up, trying to touch it down to Sky Newbie. Sky Newbie with the shots, but Ultra sees that one coming the whole way. Time is becoming a serious factor here. Now Paris gives up an open shot to Jando. Jando with the hat trick, and I believe with the dagger as well.
Jando with the hat trick. Couldn't make it to go. Jando absolutely getting involved when he needs to. I mean, we talked about this right before this game, Camaro. Jando has got to be involved with these plays, and he absolutely has listened to us.
Yeah, huge showing there from Jando. Now he's just got to keep it consistent. Keep doing the same thing. Don't change nothing next game. I mean, everyone's been playing well. You got to wonder, 7, you going to get out of the battle bus or what? This guy stays in the battle bus, man. I would not be surprised if the Lightning are able to somehow pull off this reverse sweep because they've been playing well. These games have been very close. It's not necessarily that Paris City has been dominating in any facet of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they haven't absolute shutout in this Paris City right now, and the battle bus has got to go, in my opinion.
The ball is going to touch here, and that is going to do it for game number 3. Lafayette comes away off a fantastic individual performance there by Jando, just doing exactly what his team needed in that moment. Now you got to see if they can do it for 2 more games, or is 7 going to wake up here? Because when he was playing off, he may have just been kind of goofing around a little bit, but it affected the team as a whole, in my opinion. They're breaking, as you see Izichat coming out with not even breaking 100 points. That's a big red flag.
Yeah, it's definitely a big red flag, and I get it. It's early on in the season. You want to have a little bit of fun, but you got to take it seriously against a team like Lafayette, where the games were close. You got to make it happen. I mean, you got to shut this down early. You cannot let this Lafayette team get any steam.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of guys in the chat starting to root for the reverse sweep, for the underdogs, wanting Lafayette to pull this off. It would be amazing to see this team somehow find a way. Sitting at 14th in power ranking, I got to be honest, Breaking, I think we might have missed this one just a little bit. I feel like they might be a little bit better than 14, even if they lose. They're showing that they are a pretty good team because they are competing with Paris City.
Yeah, even if they do lose, I think they should go up a little bit in the power rankings. But if they can pull off a reverse sweep, I mean, that's going to be huge for them.
It would absolutely blow my mind if they somehow find a way to not only beat Paris City here in week 1, but do it in a unbelievable fashion in terms of reverse sweep. So we'll see what ends up happening as we're heading into game number 4. It is win or go home right now for the Lightning. They got to secure this win. Just do exactly what they did last time. And if you do notice, 7 is in the octane now, Breaking.
He is, and he is locked back in.
Locked in.
He knows that he's got to take this more seriously. This Lafayette team could get going, and you would not like to see, off of a card change, a reverse sweep happening.
Yeah, I mean, his team needs him. They play off of him as right out of the gate. You see the speed picking up. You're seeing the touches a little bit better. Is a chat immediately showing improvement off a beautiful setup there from 7. You got 2 players, though, from Lightning there in the area. You got to get ready to D up right now. You can't let Paris City just come right back here in Game 4 and just get all momentum back.
Yeah, and you can't let him shoot a free shot on net. You cannot get stuck on that goal line defense. If that happens, I mean, this Paris City Swarm team is going to have a field day, shooting shots on net back-to-back and now 1v1 spot. But, man, oh, man, you cannot let this Paris City Swarm team get going.
Oh, good kick out there, Ultra. That's a nice touch, but 7 is there waiting patiently. Jando quicker to the ball, though. Is it Chad? That's dangerous. Can Lightning capitalize? You're going to see YZ pull off a little bit as now this one does float back up. Ultra with a chance, playing it back out to the center field. He's got a double touch opportunity. Going for the reset. He gets it. Gets by 1, but nothing's really going to come of it. Took a little bit too long to develop as now YZ going to float it back up to his captain, Jando. This one does come across midfield right over to Skanubi. Skanubi back to the MVP here, 7. 7 doesn't go, though. YZ with a lot of space. Trying to put one on target. Can't get there. Lightning just trying to find a way to start generating some offense here, Breaking.
Yeah, they got to get something going. They got to find each other. They can't do that where they jump up the ball and they don't connect. Now Jando is not going to be able to stay with 0 boost.
Man, I mean, again, Breaking, there is a goal going in the back of net here for Paris City, but there's 3 players. There's 3 defensive players in the area for Lafayette. It's such a painful one to see go in because you feel like they're ready to get that save. But now Izachat stepping up big time. Didn't show up much there in game 1, but here he is now coming up here with two huge early goals.
Absolutely, as if, I think this is the game that Paris City has got to shut down this Lafayette team, and they're doing it so far. They're getting back on track, back where they left off, and they're gonna continue. They're gonna try to get the 3-1 victory, and put this Lafayette in a spot they did not expect.
Yeah, if Jando didn't know it yet, he definitely needs to know it now. It is all on his back right now. He has got to light the spark. He's got to get it going some way, somehow, whether that's facilitating or taking the shot himself. Is now YZ trying to do what he can. Can't get the best of touches there, though. Now Jando floats it back up. Ball's going to pop back out of the corner. Sky Newbie up to 7. 7 with space. Gets ripped away there by Ultra. Ultra with a chance to recenter, but Chad is ready. Good demo. Big opportunity now here in Div 3 for these guys. Is now Ultra just going to have some space. He's going to float it back up for himself, though. Instead of going for the pass, putting it back into the corner. It's just going to bounce. Big misses there from Paris. YZ back down to Jando. Jando trying to send it home, but he can't get there in time. As Paris City's showing, hey, man, we can play some offense, but we also got a little defense, too. And I just jinxed him right there, Breaking. I'm so sorry. The Caster's Curse, it's a real thing.
The Caster's Curse coming true once again. Is YZY is going to fly on home and put that one straight into the net as that Lafayette pressure is finally paying off for them.
Yeah, and it was Chad too, man. I've been highlighting him. He's having such a great game that out of nowhere he gives up that one. It's a painful one, but Paris Cities can regain here. Don't let Lafayette get some momentum, as now you can see Jando with some space. He's only got one shot here in the biggest game so far of the series. It's not a recipe for success. We've learned as Sky Newbie takes it away. Jando back over the left side, but Chad is going to be in that area up to 7-7, trying to beat out YZ. Sounds one does head back down. Sky Newbie back off the wall. Now with a chance to put it right back down to the ground. Gonna kick this one back up. Now with a chance off the back wall. Jando, that's a decent set. Double commit there from Paris. Paris panicking just a little bit here. As now Sky Newbie just gonna scramble. Shoot straight for the boost. Chad still finds a way to win this one as YZ back in control. He gives it right back up to 7. 7's a beautiful center. Second man's a little far back, but he's going to slot it. Sky Newbie just pierces the defense again.
Just gets there faster than Jando. Nobody for Lafayette expecting a touch like that to pop out. Jando jumps. Ultra just a little bit too far onto the wall, and he can't put a hand up for the save.
Yeah, I mean, just like that. I don't know if it's the dagger just yet. Lightning have been playing good enough to come back from this, but there's not a lot of time left on this clock. We're coming up on a minute remaining. It is 1-3 right now. Paris City with a chance to close. One more goal should do it, though, but there it is. Jando with the chance, taking advantage of it. Very quick, early goal here, as it looked like 7 of all people lost control there in that corner.
Yeah, I mean, you don't expect it out of an MVP candidate like 7. And he just opened the door once again for this Lafayette team.
Yeah, I mean, now with an opportunity here for Lightning to close the gap. Maybe even send this to overtime. But here comes Paris with a chance. Oh my gosh, what a pinch out to midfield. Ball's going to bounce here for Chad. Chad with a shot, but a huge save there from Jando. Now this one goes across. Gonna take it out to midfield. 7 gonna put it right back off the wall. Should float back up. 7 with an opportunity. Big chance for 7. He can't find it. Good break up there by YZ. Now Jando gonna cross it over. 7, last one back. 30 seconds remaining. Gonna take it to his corner. Gonna try to milk some clock here. Now a chance to cross it over midfield. Ultra, though, with an opportunity. He's got a couple players center. Dangerous touch here. Here comes YZ. Good read, but 7 is gonna be there first. He does lose the 50 here. Is now you're going to see a horrible backflip above the back wall. 7 with a miss, but a big miss there from Jando. That could have been the last chance, as 7 does get it by YZ. Now Ultra going to put it right back down to Jando. Jando can't find the touch, and a shot right in front of the net, and somehow not able to finish the shot there, breaking.
Oh no, Camaro. At the last second, he had the shot he was looking for. He just couldn't get it done. I mean, a lot of pressure was put on that man Jando tonight, but man, that Paris City Swarm team played very well tonight.
Oh, 100%. I mean, definitely Lafayette looked good. Paris City just looked a little bit better. It's simply put why they're a top 5 team. Both sides of the ball really stepped up there. I mean, between them, I was very impressed. Honestly, with that man is a Chad. I mean, he did not look very good there in game 3, but then really just stepped up. Didn't let it bother him. Didn't let him get in his head. Didn't let him get mess up his mental at all. He came back with a huge performance there to put it away. 7 didn't even have to score, breaking, and that is what is going to be such a great sign for Paris City. The fact that 7 does not need to put up big offensive games for his team to still be successful and for his team to still find a way to win.
Yeah, and that's going to be a huge part because, every once in a while, you're going to have an off day. The Rocket League players are not perfect. Sometimes your mechanics are just not on as point as you'd like them to be. And having a teammate or 2 there to step up in support is huge because then it'll give you time to develop that mid-game and work on it and try to get back to that high-level play that you're kind of expected to play as that high-level price.
Yeah, and Sky Newbie coming here to give himself a hard time. Come on, Sky Newbie. You look great for the first week of the season. You look fantastic, man. I would not be too hard on yourself. You look good as we do get the Hydrate redemption coming out from Rilo, one of the new faces in RLM. Welcome to the league. We're so glad to have you, man. Appreciate the hydration. We definitely need that after a fantastic series there. Obviously, it does look a little bit more in favor of Paris City, but I'm going to say it again, man. Lightning look good. I don't know if necessarily they're a top 10. I don't know if they're a top half, but they could be right on the edge of top 10. Just a couple things they got to work on. I genuinely feel like Breaking. I don't feel like they practice at all during this week. I did not see much activity from them. There's their difference maker right there. They just got to find a way to just come together as a team. Just fix a couple things. Get a little more comfortable with themselves. They seem good enough to compete with a top 5 team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, based on how they played in the latter of that series, I mean, chemistry is key. And sometimes, you know, when you don't play a lot of games throughout the week with each other, you lose a little bit of that. And I think that's going to help them. It's definitely going to help them.
Yeah, trying to get the worked for me. So it did work for Smirk. I'll resend another one for you, Crisis, see if that works for you, man. I mean, it should be good. I'll definitely update the one in the bio, too. We got to find a way to get that Discord bot out of here, by the way. I think it's annoying. It's Pablo cheering 20. Thank you so much, Pablo. Greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. As it's even getting on Sweaty right now. Get that man Sweaty out of here, dude. He's out here just about to get banned by the bot.
The bot, oh, yeah.
But I do think we actually have the number one Div 3 team is going to be up next here. Breaking, I believe we got Toledo Bladesmith taking on the Phoenix Phantoms. If my old brain doesn't fail me here.
Yeah, I mean, Toledo is a front runner. You got Riley, the defensive GOAT, and then you got Stormy, who's an absolute mech god in my opinion. And you know, I think a lot is going to come up to that last player. Whoever that 215 rough price is, they're going to be to play up to that level, up to that pace. Otherwise, we could be seeing some spots where, you know, that third man, whoever that 215 is just put in no man's land. I think it's going to be Rhea tonight.
Oh, wait a minute. My man Rhea's playing tonight? Don't you lie to me. Rhea's playing tonight?
Rhea is playing tonight. The sub-GOAT of RLM. Playing tonight, the man, the myth, the legend, Rhea.
That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT. Let me tell you something. I don't know. I mean, is that an official move? I didn't look. Is he officially added to the team? Because I said this in the podcast. I clearly said Rhea needs to be the third for this squad.
Rhea is the temp sign for this squad.
Okay, don't worry. He's going to ball out. He's going to absolutely perform. As my man Oblivion coming in here getting hyped for the beginning of the season. Dropping 5 subs to the viewers. Thank you so much, Oblivion. This is Paris City Swarm Oblivion. One of the worker bees out there for the Queen Bee Dylan out there in Division 2. Appreciate you so much, Oblivion, dropping that, man. I'm excited. I think we actually get to see y'all play this weekend, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm dropping that lobby info right now for them. And me and Breaking should be in. We are in. So they should be coming at any moment. This one should be a lot of fun, man. I mean, we get to see the debut of Scribs. We get to see the debut of Stormy, man. This should be an extremely fun matchup because there's no telling what direction this could head in. As even Juicy keeping that hype train going.
Keeping the hype train alive.
Come on, Juicy. Thank you so much, man.
Much love to Juicy. Appreciate the subs, buddy. As man, this is gonna be an interesting matchup. I mean, Toledo and Phoenix have something to prove here. Whenever you get that number 1 spot, you gotta show up. I mean, they have to take down this Phoenix Phantoms team in a convincing fashion.
Yeah, I mean, where did we rank Phoenix? Just off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly where we had them in the power rankings. I don't think it was too low.
I don't think it was either. I can go back to them, but under my assumption is that we had them middle of the road.
Now. Let's see. Power rankings are released in the Discord server now, guys. If you haven't looked yet, shout out my man Nave as we take a very, very short break before these guys get in here. Shout out Nave, man. He worked so hard on a lot of these overlays, a lot of these graphics back here, man. Everything you see on the stream, man. Shout out Nave. Make sure to show him some love if you're in a VC with him. If you're catching on to him, the guy really put in a lot of work. So there is a power ranking channel that shows the graphics he put together. So y'all make sure to show him some love for that. Phantoms exactly dead center, Breaking, sitting at 8. Sitting at 8. So I'm interested to see how they play. I'm interested to see how all these guys play. Bladesmith, though, I feel like right now, Breaking, have the most pressure on themselves. Number 1 team in a very tight, very competitive Very tight, very competitive Division 3. This is a big opportunity for them to show them why we put them at 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have to show up tonight. They got a lot of pressure, but this is the chance on stream to show what you got. And they signed up. They should be ready. And that man Rhea has joined. The Toledo Bladesmith have joined. Just waiting on Phoenix now. And Phoenix, now is the chance to put your name on the map. Beat the number 1 team, and we'll start shouting your name out because no one on that team is a player to brush by.
Yeah, 100%, and you can tell Toledo's excited. They are already ready. 5 minutes before the game is even set to go. They are in the lobby, ready to go. Same can be said about Phoenix. They are joining in now as well. Both sides are excited, and both sides, I think, really want to win this game, man. There's a lot to be said. Coming out as the number 1 team, I believe. I truly believe that. I feel like there's a lot to be said. I feel like Riley takes it to his heart. I think he really wants to show everybody, like, hey, I'm gonna be that top dog. Now, me and you both talked about this breaking. We both kind of hit it on the nose. I really feel like he had to find him the perfect running mate. And I don't feel like he could get anybody any better that could fit alongside of him than Stormy. I genuinely do not think he could have found a better fit because I don't think there's a better offensive player. I'm putting him right up there with the guys like Seven, Nuki, and then you got Stormy. Those are the top 3 for me.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Stormy is the perfect fit for Riley, man. I mean, he could do it on the offensive end. And then he works well with Riley as well. Riley's got the 3rd man locked down. It gives time and space for Stormy to just fill in that 1st man and show what he has to offer on offense rather than getting stuck on defense. And, I'm not going to lie, me and Knuckles were trying to pick him up. We were trying to pick him up and we couldn't get him. But, it just goes to show you this man was on the map for a lot of people. And now it's time for him to perform.
Hey, and big announcement here live on stream. If your guys are not paying attention, I need you to pay attention right now. If you're truly a part of the RLM family, if you're truly a part of the RLM community, our guy Riley Redbeard just dropped the news to me. His family, him and his wife are expecting their 2nd child. They are officially pregnant. Congratulations, Riley. Congratulations to Paige as well. Congratulations, guys. So excited for y'all. Y'all make sure to show some love to Riley Redbeard in the chat because he always shows love to y'all. Hype him up in chat. Baby number 2 is on his way, due in January time. Shout out, congratulations to our guy Riley. Beyond excited for you, man. Beyond excited for you guys. Congratulations 100%, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you. Y'all show some love, send some hearts, man. Congratulations to our guy Riley. Congratulations. Now try to lock in and get that dub, Riley. You're correct. Breaking, if you want to go ahead and give them the okay and see if we can get this one underway. I don't see a 3-0 coming this time. I think this one's going to be a lot more competitive. Breaking, I think we might still see this one go to Toledo. I got him 1 for a reason. I think it's going to see more of like a 3-1, 3-2 series.
Yeah, I got 3-1 Toledo. This Phoenix team is still strong, but man, Toledo, it's just they got all the pieces, but I think a lot's going to be on that man, Rhea. I mean, he's got a chance tonight to show people what he has to offer at that 218 price. I mean, he has had much higher peaks than that 218 price is at. So if he can get something done here in his showing tonight, I mean, he might get picked up on a team.
Here we go. He's rocking the Scarab, though. That's a very interesting card selection. Could that have been done in error by chance, Breaking? I don't understand the decision there.
Who did that again?
Riley.
Riley?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I mean, kind of looks like a baby carriage, so maybe it's for the baby.
Maybe that's what he's doing. I mean, I don't see, you're a defensive guy. That's, as Riley is, that's not a card I think of when I think defense. That's the opposite, actually.
Yeah, I mean, whipping out the stroller for baby number 2.
Man's got a stroller out on the field, man. Unbelievable. Hey, they're still putting pressure, though, on Phoenix right now. Phoenix trying to get out of their back half. Riley tries to tuck one down there. We got a couple OGs out here on this field. I mean, we can't forget about that guy Twinkie got. He actually balled out last season as well, Breaking, and he's got himself a new home with a new captain. And he said, remember, he said it in chat. He said, listen, I only played again because people were doubting me, and I'm out here to prove everyone wrong.
Oh, hey, look, that's the greatest energy you want to have coming into a league match. With all the doubts that have been put upon you for the previous season, trying to make something happen. I mean, that kind of energy can propel you to a championship.
100%. There's Twinkie here now trying to test this defense that we've deemed the best defense in the league. Tragic though, coming in with a bang, huge shot, top of the net, just slotting it through. Defense looked like they were there breaking, but just wasn't enough.
An upset goal for Tragic upset. First one of the series, and Phoenix coming out strong.
100%. I mean, they are not backing down to this #1 team right now. They are not afraid. They know that they're a top-tier team. They know they're supposed to be here. Scribs is a great captain. He's distilled a winning mentality in his team. Now you got to see what Toledo's going to do here. They got to find a way to get Stormy involved, aka Lussier. I haven't seen too much opportunity for him. They got to let him get some space so he starts trying to generate some offense for this team.
Yeah, he cannot be the one who's back on defense.
Wow.
And just like that, Twinkie's going to put another one on the board for Phoenix.
Impressive. I mean, genuinely impressive. Riley with a bit of a mistouch. Could be the car there, in my opinion, breaking. I don't like that. We saw what the car change did to 7 last game. Riley clearly going for a little bit of a... it's got to be a stroller carriage, right? I mean, it has to be what it is, but it's clearly not working. Got to get that thing out of here. Get the OG Dominus, man. He's a Dominus dude. Get that thing in here, and let's get this thing more serious.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially your first game of the series, and what a shot by Twinkie got.
Oh my God, breaking. I mean, we talked about some fake, accidental fakes. No, Scribs was completely calculated on not just another player, on an elite player in this league, setting up Twinkie. These guys are locked in right now, and Phoenix is looking really good.
Yeah, starting off strong is the Phoenix Phantoms. I mean, in a way, we kind of counted them out in the series. I mean, we both thought maybe they could pick up a game or two, but we thought it was going to be convincingly in Toledo's favor. And right now, halfway through, they're facing a shutout.
Scribs now, he hasn't had to score yet, but every goal just about that's gone in has been on his back. Should have a playmaker here. The fake just didn't register for him. Is now Rhea trying to clear one out. Scribs not gonna be able to do much, so Rhea just puts it a little bit too far out of reach. Now with a chance here, Phoenix with a lot of space. You got to see some pressure put on them. As you see an opportunity, that's a beautiful shot. Scribs is there. I thought Scribs had it. He looked like he had an easy save there, but somehow Stormy is able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, Stormy just banging it on through with 12 boosts. Scribs is not really expecting it, maybe, and not able to get a save.
Here we go. Bladesmith able to find the goal. Sometimes you only need one. Let's see if the floodgates are now open for them, as they've definitely had a slow start on offense. Scribs, though, looking to answer back immediately, playing this one in the corner. Ball's broken up here. Should bounce nicely. Stormy, though, taking over. Looking to come off the wall with a chance. Nice second touch, but Twinkie reads it the whole way. Is now Riley with an opportunity with Rhea's help. They do win the 50, but it took 2 to beat 1. Is now Tragic one-on-one with Stormy. That's a beautiful shot. Rhea's there. There it is. Rhea just got to tap it in. With a little help from Phoenix, it does fall.
Oh, no. The own goal tragedy by Scribs.
Oh, that hurts.
I mean, yeah, it does hurt. I mean, if you would have just wave dash and creep behind the ball, he could have probably gotten 50 there.
Yeah, that pre-flip caught him, man. Definitely hurts, as now they're only down 1 goal. All momentum has to be on Bladesmith's side right now. They've scored 2 straight. Now with Twinkie winning out that 50, but Riley's going to be the first one there. Now with the chance, with the baby stroller in hand, trying to do what he can. Bumps off Scribs. Twinkie, though, putting it right back off the walls. Rhea looking for a second. Stormy trying to clean it up. He can't get there, though. Now Rhea can't find this one. Scribs looking to turn, trying to cause an own goal himself. Now Riley with Stormy waiting upfield, but he can't find that touch. Rhea now going to boom it downfield. Stormy going to find it. Oh, man, almost find that touch. Riley is there, though. Both players all up, bumping each other. Little sporadic right now. Little chaos coming from the Bladesmith. They're desperately looking to tie this one up. So now Rhea just going to float it back down. All the pressure is on Phoenix right now. Rhea maybe looking for some sort of doomsy. Can't get around it, as now Stormy cuts it off in the corner. 30 seconds remaining, though, breaking, and Bladesmith getting chances, but they're not able to capitalize yet.
Yeah, right now, Bladesmith's kind of stepping on each other's toes. and it's costing them. I mean, they got 20 seconds to make it happen, and Stormy just not getting a touch he needs. But can somebody follow it up here? And
Oh, no.
that one's just gonna go in.
That hurts. I mean, that really, really hurts. I mean, that's clearly the dagger. You don't come back from something like that. Everyone pushes up. Big mistouch at midfield, and it just completely costs you. When everybody's pushing up, everyone's like thinking offense right now, breaking, and you have a mistouch at midfield, it's going to generate a goal just about 9 out of 10 times.
Absolutely, and that dagger is going to seal game number 1. In a best of 5, you got to think, based on how this Toledo's Bladesmith team is playing, Riley's got to switch out of the scarab. I mean, it's got to happen. They got to have their number 2 guy playing his best Rocket League, and they cannot have him on the bottom of the scoreboard with that stat line.
Yeah, 100%. The scarab was just not the move there. Time to move on, time to get things locked back in. It just didn't look. I mean, we got to remember, Toledo is a defensive-minded team. That's what they're here for, and Stormy's supposed to be that guy that kind of gets them that 1 or 2 goals, right? They're supposed to be about counter offensive pushes. But right there, field domination, dead center. Ball possession was majority in favor of Bladesmith. They had their opportunities. They were just not able to generate shots. So at what point does something need to change? I think Stormy's going to have to try to coach them through it. He's got to tell them, hey, this is what I need, guys. These are the passes I'm looking for. This is where I'm expecting you guys to be. And now let's go ahead and get out there and get it. And then let's pick up the defense, man. That's what they're known for. They got to get better saves. They can't be giving up these shots here to Phoenix that they were giving up.
Yeah, absolutely. They cannot be playing the goal line defense that we saw them getting scored on. And they can't have the open nets. I mean, they cannot leave that net open where there's nobody going for it. I mean, that was a big key as well. And I don't know if timeouts are allowed, but Bladesmith is asking for a kind of a timeout right now.
Oh, well, I mean, they get a couple seconds if the other team allows it, but we do not have timeouts in this league. So, something we talked about. No one ever said that they wanted any, so we do not have those timeouts. If the other guys are okay with hanging out for a second, if it's an emergency or something, we don't mind. We want to get everyone in there, but no official timeouts. So let's get this one going if they can, because Phoenix can get up and going whenever they would like to. Melon needing Riley to lock in here, man, trying to encourage his guy. I mean, I definitely agree with you, Melon. He's got to lock in at this point. It's up to him. Change the car, get locked in. If he makes things different, I still think the 3-1 we were talking about breaking, I still think that could end up happening.
I think it would definitely happen, but they have to facilitate the ball well with each other. They can't be in a spot where, Stormy is in a position where he's got to take the ball coast to coast, or, Riley's in a spot where he's stuck at second man, not able to play the anchor that needs. These teams got to play together as a team, and that's going to be the key. They all have their strong suits, but they got to mesh well together for them to work.
Yeah, 100%. And really Twinkie came out, and he definitely said he has something to prove. He's definitely proved it so far. He's looked fast. He's looked good. He's kind of been the driving force, I feel like. I haven't seen anyone else really stepping up more than him on Phoenix. Scribbs obviously having a great game, but Twinkie's really been the guy that's kind of getting him out there and going. With the ball control being majority in favor of Toledo, it's got to make me think for a second. With that being the strategy, it honestly just seems like Phoenix is just trying to counter as much as they can right now, breaking.
Yeah, they got to. And right now, that's a lot of the goals coming out from Phoenix. They're finding the transition well, and they're scoring nice goals. And Toledo just got to find better passing plays and then clean up their defense, not extend out too soon. And I think if Toledo can do that, they're going to be in a better spot. It's just as I say that, Twinkie God, with the chip on his shoulder, scoring.
Yeah, I mean, right away, that's just a kickoff goal. It looked like Rhea just barely not able to find that one. He seemed like he was in the great position there, just couldn't find that touch. It happens. Let it go. Bit of a handicap here for Phoenix now. So Bladesmith, again, going an uphill battle. They're just making things harder for themselves.
Yeah, they really are. And the more goals you're down, especially, even if you are the front-running team, you don't want to put yourself in a spot where you have to get multiple goals in order to, tie the game up. That they have to get a goal here.
Here we go. Stormy again trying to find some offense, but he gets shut down almost instantly whenever he has that ball. Now Scribbs putting it back out to midfield to his guy, Tragic. Good little 50 out here. Riley's just retreating. Twinkie trying to catch him sleeping, and he does. Just a beautiful shot there from the Twinkie God. It looked like we might have had the save, but just barely not able to find the touch.
Rhea just not able to find the right touch, and Twinkie God putting his second goal in the net. Twinkie God having a stellar performance this night.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking really good, and Bladesmith just don't have the answer right now. They're getting caught in a lot of different positions. The defense is not looking like what we were expecting. Now you're looking at a 2-0 lead right now for Phoenix, and they just look very comfortable out there.
Absolutely, as Phoenix has found their stride, finding each other on the floor, and, you know, making sure that their rotations are correct. I mean, so far, I haven't seen too many rotational mistakes on this Phoenix side, and that's going to be a key as well. Part of the defense is making sure somebody is back, somebody's going for it, everybody is in the right place at the right time. And I feel like Bladesmiths need to do a little bit of that to find some success here.
Yeah, good touch there by Twinkie, trying to let some others get involved. But this time we do see Bladesmith shut it down now with a chance for the counter. But Twinkie, once again, Twinkie God making a big play. Is Ray's going to float one back out, but no one's going to be there. Now Stormy with a lot of space here in the corner. He does lose control. This is dangerous. Phoenix has been hot. Chance for Twinkie. Twinkie can't find it this time. Is now he's going to shoot back. Broken up there by Rayo. We do have a Rule 1 in the back of the net here. This is a 2v2 right now. It's Rileyman and I believe Scribbs. Both captains on either side are in a Rule 1.
I mean, props for these players for not breaking Rule 1, as it's easy to do. But man, keeping strong to the honor of the game, as a double commit there from Raya and Stormy. Is somebody going to go back there and break it up?
I mean, you wonder if they will. I don't know. I mean, this is very even. Very, very even. You know, you got Twinkie, who's the shooter. He's the scorer right now for Phoenix. And you got the same thing that can be said about Stormy. And then Raya and Tragic both as the thirds. Both Scribbs and Riley are the defensive-minded players on both sides of the ball. So this is even as it gets. Got to see who's going to find a way to strike. You got to hope that it is the Bladesmith right here. If somehow, some way, Bladesmith let Phoenix score in this opportunity, it could be over. I mean, it could definitely be over for the Bladesmith, man. I mean, it is not looking good for them right now. They're just losing a lot of clock. This Rule 1 is really helping out the Phoenix Phantoms.
Yeah, this Rule 1 is in 100% favor. Even if they end up scoring.
Oh, wow.
Which they do. And wow. They're going to score?
That's painful, man. That's the second time we've seen a shot from Raya that's just not exactly what he was hoping for, but a pre-flip thinking something different was going to happen has resulted in an own goal out of the Phoenix Phantoms.
Yeah, I mean, we're really nitpicking at this point as Phoenix is winning, but I mean, it seems like they're rushing just a little bit too much. They're playing just a little bit too fast on the defensive goal line. And on offense, it's working for them, but on defense, they're just a little bit too soon to the ball.
Good touchdown there by Phoenix. As now you're going to see Stormy. He's got Raya waiting patiently. He just got to tap it out, but Scribbs, again, just doing such a great job and locking up the net. Now he's going to look for a pass here on the counter. Going for the bump off Riley. Now Riley trying to get one out to Stormy. Stormy with a little bit of boost. One-on-one here with Twinkie, but Twinkie just playing it safe, playing it patient, buying his team some more time. Is now Riley with a chance to reset and trying to get something going for his team. Stormy with some space. He's going to float back over to the left side. Looking to take it over the top. Can he find it? He does. Twinkie, dangerous. It's very awkward. But Scribbs is able to bail out his teammates. As now we got a minute remaining. Phoenix is on the back foot, but their defense is not wavering at all right now, breaking.
Yeah, a great defense in this Phoenix team. And it's because the positioning has been so good this series. I mean, even when they're on defense, they feel comfortable.
Now we're seeing what Toledo's going to do. This is the first time they've been on defense in a while. Almost giving one up there, but somehow Twinkie, who's been red hot, not able to capitalize. But a big miss touch there from Raya. That could be slotted. It's going to go. I think Raya got bumped off the ball there. He did. He got shaken, and Scribbs able to capitalize. What a great team play coming out there for the Phantoms.
Absolutely. Limited boost all around for this Toledo squad. And they just can't come back from this Phoenix pressure right now. And that is part of the success. When you come out blazing against the other team, sometimes it takes them more than 5 games to get going. And I still have not seen this Toledo team get going. And it's got to raise some questions here. I mean, are they going to get sweep, Camaro?
I mean, I can't imagine a sweep coming out here. It's got to just be Riley waking up here. He's got zeros across the board. He's not registering anything right now. And so it's an easy fix, right? I mean, Riley just got to get going. I mean, if Riley gets going, they're in this series. They're in this. How does that happen? How does he get himself more involved? That I don't know. That's between him and his team.
Absolutely. I think how he can get involved is being a defensive anchor and just kind of giving space for Rhea and Stormy to do something, but also kind of facilitating some passing plays as well. He's got to be involved with the offense as much as the defense, and he's got to be the third man when these shots matter, because right now Stormy and Rhea are struggling on the third man spot.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, you just got to find a way, I feel like, to generate some shots too. You know what I mean, Breaking? I mean, 0 shots across the board. That's not something you see very often. That's very, very rare, actually. It does not happen, especially in Div 3, where it seems like it's almost more so the question is, why are you taking that shot? You know, it seems like a lot of times people just put on too many bad shots. Right here, right now, they're just putting on nothing. So at this point, just take a shot. I mean, it doesn't have to be the most, purest of shots. It doesn't have to be the most high quality of shots, but just get something up there on the board at this point to at least make the Phoenix Phantoms think. You know what I mean, Breaking? At least get them thinking like, hey, something's coming. Right now, they're not even sweating.
Yeah, just something. As you shutout. That's what we're watching right now. A Toledo shutout. They are being shut out from the offensive end, and they got to do something different. Like you said, that man Riley, man, has got to be involved. And we look to that 215 spot for what he has to do on the field, but also being the highest priced player on your team, you got to do a lot too. I mean, your cap space has got to represent what you're adding onto the field. And so far, Riley isn't showing what he has to offer here.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. It is the first game. It's our first week, first stream, right? Could be a lot of nerves, but at this moment, Riley was in a Rule 1 for a lot of the game, but at the same time, there could be some nerves, could be some things setting in. I think a lot of it's, I think these teams still need more time to get comfortable with each other as things go on, right? I think all these teams are going to keep getting better and better, and at the end of the day, these guys, this Div 3, it's the most competitive it's ever been. I mean, there are some top players in this league, some players who were Div 2. Now in Div 3, it's only got more and more competitive with us implementing that Div 4 now. That Div 4 is made to where Div 3 has become more competitive. Div 2 is now more competitive, and even Div 1. So you got to realize that if you're a Div 3 player, you got to step up your game and elevate, because all other teams are doing that as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely. And the gap is getting closer and closer for these teams, and you can't let one team start off as strong as the Phoenix Phantoms. Now Toledo has got to basically perform a sweep on this Phoenix Phantoms team. And that's going to be tough based on how that man Twinkie God has been playing, and supported by Scripps and Tragic. I mean, Twinkie has been playing fantastic this series.
Hey, man, he said it. He said, listen, guys, I am coming back just to show everyone why I was slept on. Now, listen, where he got that information from, I don't remember a lot of people giving him a lot of grief last season. I don't know if you do, Breaking. I don't really remember him getting too much hate. I mean, he wasn't on a great position. I believe it was with the Columbus flight. If I remember correctly, it was him and Oki trying to do what they can, but they were in an awkward spot. They made a great play. They did well. He might just be being a little hard on himself, but hey, it has given him some momentum to come out here and really showcase, like, hey, I want to be a top 3. I want to be considered a striker of the year type player.
Yeah, and he's proven it right now. If he can keep this going the rest of the season, I think we could call him striker of the year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, consistency is always going to be key, right? Consistency is everything. So he just got to find a way to, keep doing it throughout the season. Now, listen, they got to close out this series. This series is not over. It's not done yet. There's still a lot of Rocket League to be played with Toledo. Do not sleep on them. Stormy has been shined. I mean, the spotlight's been put on him for a reason. He's extremely, extremely good player. He's extremely talented, and he's just trying to figure some things out. He's not getting opportunities breaking. He's not getting a passer, and that's really what Riley kind of shines himself on, is defense and passing. The defense has been okay, but the passing's not been there. He's got to find a way to set it up, and it may not need to necessarily be some sort of specific infield pass. It doesn't necessarily need to be some sort of dot breaking. It just needs to be pressure put on the Phoenix Phantoms to set up Stormy with some opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, facilitating your best offensive player is the key to get them going. I mean, Stormy has yet to get his game in the full stretch. I mean, Stormy isn't one of those players who's going to take the ball coast to coast. He's going to be the player who's going to grab that pass and put it straight on target. And he's going to be there in the offensive end. But if you're not getting him going and he's forced to play these weird 50-50 spots where he has no boost and, you know, he's forced to rush back, it's not going to be good for the Toledo's Bladesmith. I mean, somebody on that team has got to facilitate these passing plays.
Yeah, we do apologize for the delay, guys. They are just needing a quick lobby reset, so we are dropping that in right now for them. Lobby is already back up and reset, so just give them a couple seconds. They will be moving in right now as we speak. I guess we had a little bit of lagging issues. Probably it looked like Stormy was kind of struggling just a little bit there, so we all know how Rocket League servers can be at times. So hopefully this lobby reset may fix a little bit of lag issues and we get a little bit more competitive, because it has kind of seemed like at times throughout these games there's been stints where it just doesn't seem like Toledo is competing with this Phoenix squad.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Phoenix team is just absolutely outpacing this Toledo team in every aspect, and that's the last thing that I would have kind of expected. But now that it's showing in front of our eyes right now, it makes a little bit of sense, right? When you have people and you have players on your team that fit a niche, you gotta have somebody else in the mix that's facilitating all of that. And if they can't get that going, it's gonna be tough to make it work out.
Yeah, we got Toledo already back in here, just waiting to see where our Phoenix squad is. And definitely, Dustin, Phoenix is not looking too bad at all. Scribs is just kind of, honestly, if I be completely straightforward, it almost seems like to me that Phoenix is playing exactly the way that I was expecting this Toledo squad to go and play. Scribs is really locking down the net. He's even rocking the dominance, similar to my guy Riley. He's playing great defense. He's been a rock, and he's facilitating the ball out to the guy who has the hot hand, and that is the Twinkie God. Twinkie is very hot right now, and he's playing extremely well. And just like Breaking said, if he continues to play like that, we might see a sweep here, potentially.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to call the sweep for the script. It's coming out. The script has been revealed. The upset with the sweep from Phoenix is going to happen here.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate that, Rep. I do remember Twinkie was on the Detroit Dragons last season. You are correct. And I guess I do remember he did kind of not show up too much in the playoffs. He just had a rough showing at times, but I don't know a lot of people giving him too much grief for that, but maybe I just missed it in the chats. But maybe nonetheless,
unknown team drama that we are unavailable to see. But yeah, this Phoenix team is looking really good right now.
Yeah, looking absolutely great. Scribbs has done a good job putting them together. Let's see if Toledo can bounce back here, though. Show everybody why they were thought to be the #1 team, but it's not looking good. But you know it is looking good. That man, Twinkie God, he's looking absolutely great off another. I mean, it's just a great setup, and he just buries it.
Yeah, I mean, Twinkie God once again putting a goal up for his team, and he's doing what he needs to do. I mean, he said, "Hey, Camaro, coin. Look what I have to offer." And here it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely looking great. I mean, especially at the price point that he's at. He's really fitting a great striker. I mean, almost a budget striker. And now Scribs says, "Hey, guys, hang on, I'm here too." Scribs really just been the rock all night long. I don't know what happened there, just all three committing. That is just not what you want to see out there from Toledo.
As it seems like the Toledo Bladesmiths are crumbling right in front of our eyes. I mean, I gotta think that's what's happening right now, Camaro. I mean, it doesn't seem like they've found their footing even in this third game.
I will 100% agree with you. It does look a little rough. I do think it's really going to affect that power rankings, but I do think it also means you got to open your eyes to Phoenix. I think it's really more so Phoenix. I do think this Toledo Bladesmith squad is really good. There's a reason they were put 1. There's a reason that, 8 guys got into a call and they put it together, and they all almost unanimously went with this as the #1 team. There's a reason for that. It's just Phoenix was slept on. It's just the truth. Phoenix was slept on, and they just look absolutely really, really good. They're not doing anything too unbelievably flashy. It's just they're looking extremely consistent, and that's really the scariest teams in my opinion. Breaking is the most consistent teams. I have not watched Phoenix Phantoms make a mistake here tonight.
No, I haven't either, and everything's where it needs to be. But one thing I have not seen yet from this Toledo team is I've seen no demos. I mean, they're able to sit back near their net and have 3 people in all spots and defend and then transition correctly and then put up a passing play that almost goes. And they're doing a great job at that. And that's a good demo there, but they got to do things to shake it up. And that third man cannot overcommit. And it's going to be another goal for Phoenix. And I just do not know how this Toledo Bladesmiths can recover.
Yeah, it just seems like a extreme lack of chemistry right now from Toledo, which we did not see coming. I mean, it looks nice on paper, right? But the chemistry doesn't seem to be meshing, and it's the first time we've really seen them play. It raises the questions, Breaking, that I brought up quite a bit, and it's going to be brought up a lot here in week 1, is how much Rocket League was played. How much play time do these teams have, right? As you do see, really that was Stormy there, but Riley just making sure to tap that one in. All on Stormy, just finally generating some offense. But how much Rocket League do you think these guys could have possibly played together is the question.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. And, Rhea coming in an hour before game time as a temp sign might have something to do with it as well. I mean, this is not to say this is on Rhea, but maybe these are just players that are used to playing with a specific style. And now that they don't have that, they're kind of in a spot where they don't really know what to do now that, Sparky isn't there.
Uh-oh. There we go, Stormy. Light some spark. Get some stuff excited again. Get us back engaged, man. One-on-one there with Twinkie, who's been amazing. He just cooks him right there, and Scribbs just not able to get that save. Stormy saying, hey, there's still a chance, guys. There's still a chance.
Still a chance. There's 2 minutes left. Do not count out the Toledo Bladesmiths just yet, as Stormy's going to try to make something go. And now we could be looking at a more competitive series if this Toledo Bladesmith can tie it up.
Oh my God. Scribbs almost dunking it home. Does not find the back of the net. There's Riley picking up the defense. Now Stormy trying to do what he can. Ray going to try to kick it back out. Good little bounce out here for Riley. There's a good beat. Now Stormy trying to redirect one on target. He's going to put it back out to his guy, Rhea. Now Rhea with a chance. He's got Stormy waiting. Not able to get that pass through. Is Riley going to put a beamer right across the midfield? Now you can see another opportunity. Is upset, trying to get things going, trying to stop this momentum that Toledo has developed. Bit of a mistouch there coming out from Riley. Is now Stormy back off the wall. Going to put it back out the midfield. Here comes Riley trying to stay aggressive. Rhea looking to help out. Going to put it back into the corner. Now with Riley looking for a chance, he's just not able to get much going. Scribbs with a beautiful 50-50, taking it back across midfield, putting the pressure right back on Toledo. Is now Rhea looking to take it over the top of Twinkie, and he does. This one does float back out. Good little touch there coming from our guy Stormy. Now, Toledo found the momentum, but it looks like Phoenix has kind of figured out what they were doing, and they've really kind of slowed the pace here on Toledo.
Yeah, they're slowing the pace down. They're taking their time. They're playing the defense well, and then the double commits come out once again for Toledo. Now Stormy is in a 1v. Now Riley's in a 1v3 position.
Oh, no.
The fake out.
Oh!
Scribbs.
What a shot!
No. The dagger, in my opinion, coming on through. Oh, breaking axles, and then flicking it over Rhea. What a shot from Scribbs.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, Scribbs was playing defense all night long, was extremely impressive, and then just shows he also has the card control on the ground. That was literally a 1v3 right there coming from that guy. What a huge play coming out from Scribbs. Hey, man, I don't know what to say besides this guy was slept on a little bit. He's absolutely balling out here with his new team.
And just as we say that man Stormy scores again. But, I mean, I think it's proof we have slept on the Phoenix Phantoms. They are all playing fantastic so far, and they're going to be scary moving forward.
Yeah, and Stormy definitely still trying to say, hey, this one's not completely over just yet. 15 seconds remaining in this game. He's got a hat trick. He's really been the only source of offense so far for this team. But there's a loss of possession, 10 seconds. Riley got a chance to doink that one out. He can't find it. Tragic looking for the official dagger, and that is definitely gonna do it. Chance for the doink out there in the box, but can't find it, and Tragic just buries that one.
Yeah, and that is going to be the dagger. Phoenix gets the sweep, fulfilling the last-minute breaking prediction. I know it wasn't the original one, but this Phoenix Phantom team is gonna be scary moving forward, in my opinion, and I know it's a little bit early for power rankings, but I gotta put this team as a top 4 team beating Toledo.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. They got to get moved up pretty drastically after just doing it so convincingly too, breaking. I mean, they looked absolutely amazing, and it wasn't just one particular player. I mean, they kind of jumped through between each game where it seemed like Twinkie was the driving force. He was the top guy game 1 and 2, and then he kind of set back a little bit there in game 3, and Skriz went off. And then, hey, the third man also put up over 500 points. The guy absolutely balled out, and even with Riley doing what we asked him to do and stepping up, he put up almost 600 points. Still, Phoenix able to answer. They just look like the better team here tonight, breaking.
And they were the better team. I mean, they just work well together. The chemistry's there. Every single one of them is just a well-rounded player. I mean, I don't have too many gripes about this Phoenix team, and that's more scary than anything. Like you said, a consistent team is more scary than maybe even a team like Sevens, where, you know, you have Seven finding spots where he's peaking. I mean, this Phoenix team, if they could get even better than this, could be very scary moving forward. And I mean, I was saying top 4, but this could be a top 3 team as well moving into week number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Breaking. My mind is immediately heading to top 3 at the very least for these guys, just because of how dominant it was. Like, if it was a close game, I can see maybe just kind of moving up a couple spots, but they were already considered top half, and then they just completely just showcased extreme talent across all 3 players. Not a single weakness was seen. So either as the weeks go on, we're going to see either Toledo maybe just wasn't the team we thought, or Phoenix truly is just those guys. You know what I mean? It's just so early to know in week 0, especially with how many new players we have. And real quick, I do want to shout out Pac-Man. I did see the VIP redemption from our guy Pac-Man. So thank you so much, man. We're still trying to figure out exactly what we're doing with that. I think I know you got one, Buzz got one, someone else redeemed a VIP. But I don't know if it's just going to be a special role in the server, or if we're going to give you guys a special VC. I'm not too sure exactly what the move will be. I'm pretty sure Rhea probably has one. But we'll figure something out, man. Thank you so much for for all the support, Pac-Man, especially with casting and everything, man. So really appreciate that. But that is going to do it, guys, for the games that we have for tonight. All the games are officially wrapped up. We just ran through our 3 games. We got 3 more slotted for the stream tomorrow night, so you guys make sure to be ready for that. That should be a lot of fun. We actually got 2 Div 1 games tomorrow, so shout out Div 1 being active, getting locked in here. Friday night, 2 Div 1 games. We get to see the guy Shocks take the field again, so that should be a lot of fun. And then obviously a Div 2, so that should be a lot more action packed tomorrow night. Those should be some great games. And then again, guys, I am kind of contemplating if Saturday is going to stay as a stream time. So if you guys do want to kind of start thinking about that, especially my captains, my FOs, I'm contemplating either going to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Thursday, Friday, and then jump to Sunday. I don't know, but Saturday just does not seem to be a very popular time for the RLM community. It's completely okay. I get it. I've never am here for Saturdays. It's usually my time with my family, so I completely understand. So it's something we got to adjust. I am all for figuring that out. So all my captains, all of my FOs, please be ready for that. Just be ready for that. We're going to be talking about that very soon. But Breaking, you got anything else for these guys, man, before we get this all wrapped up?
No, my mind's blown right now as the number 8 seed just absolutely demolished the number 1 seed. And power rankings wise, I don't know if we can lower the Toledo Blazebizz too much. They didn't have their starting lineup, but Phoenix is like you said, got to be a top 3 team. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow with the Div 1 lineups that are going to be showing out tonight or showing out tomorrow. It's going to be a wild one, Camaro.
Yeah, man, it's always great when we get to see Div 1 matches, especially when we get our MVP of the league, Shocks, out there on the field, man. It don't get much better than that. So, beyond excited. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for such an amazing start to season 2. We've had so much success. Everything's been going so well so far. We're just gonna continue growing to do the best that we can. You guys just continue to, just fill up that stream schedule for us, man. We are ready for you guys. If anybody is interested in potentially coming on as a streamer and helping with the behind the scenes stuff, please let me know. Let Breaking know. Send one of us a DM. We are looking for new people to add on, especially just how big we are getting. It's super important to add on streamers. So if anybody's interested in that, whether you're new, not new, are thinking about it, we are open to trying to learn with you to help you get better. And then of course casters, we got obviously our main guys, but if there's anybody who's interested in being a caster as well, we'd love to add you onto the team. Just feel free to DM me or my guy Breaking over there, and we will be happy to to talk to you about that. But again, thank you guys so much. We're gonna get on out of here. This one's just for Joy. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your night. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.